Anchorage Leisures Limited is a leading indigenous hospitality company in Nigeria, established to promote tourism culture through active participation and strategic partnership with global leaders in the hospitality industry. The company, which is based in Lagos and owns and operates Radisson Blue Anchorage Hotel, is a five-star full-service hotel with a variety of services. Lagos, Nigeria's commercial nerve center, is one of the fastest growing cities in the world, which makes it a top destination for both business and leisure travelers, with beautiful sights and attractions that hold visitors spellbound. With Radisson Blue Anchorage Hotel, located in the heart of the city, business guests appreciate the hotel's proximity to corporate headquarters, banking districts and consulate, while guests on leisure trips take advantage of the hotel's location to access shopping malls and top Lagos attractions such as the famous Bar Beach. With an imposing edifice in the heart of Lagos, the hotel manager takes her crew round the five-star hotel, making waves in the city.
The number of meetings that cater from as small as 2 people to a larger meeting for about 100 people.
The executive director, Anchorage Leisures Limited, shares her thoughts on the journey of Radisson Blue Anchorage Hotel.
We've learned about dealing with various circumstances that the environment and the economy presented, but all in all, it's been a really, really successful journey for us. Within the last 10 years, we've built an organization of over 400 employees. We've trained a lot of Nigerians, both male and female. We've trained them from right from the entry level, and we've had many success stories where we've had managers that have transited to various other businesses beyond ours. So it's been a successful journey in terms of the way we've grown people, grown industry, and we've served our customers. So the challenges we've overcome over this last period varied from people challenges, infrastructure challenges. We've had challenges sometimes interfacing with government organizations, and we've had challenges. But over the period of the 10 years, what has been quite exceptional has been our ability to surmount those challenges and offer solutions that have benefited the organization. For instance, when it came to people challenges, we've had, from an industry that was very new to an industry that's grown over this, in the last 15 years, we've had the opportunity to train over 300 staff members, both male and female, coming in at the entry level. We've worked with local training organizations that have increased the diversity of skills that we have. There's areas that were just, for instance, areas that were just focused on, we only had men in those areas. We've been able to develop women in the engineering sector. We've been able to develop areas that had only maybe foreign workers, expatriate workers. We've been able to have workers, indigenous Nigerian workers, in areas like revenue management, which was a very new occupation, a career that was very new to Nigerian tourism, hospitality sector. So we now have Nigerians that are trained as revenue managers. We now have Nigerians that are trained as in housekeeping. We always had, but when it came particularly to specialist skills like and engineering as well, we have managers, senior managers, chief engineering officers. So when it also came to financing, I mean, that's why we're here. It's always been difficult in general in real estate to have the right kind of finance that will match the nature of the development, meaning this is real estate, it's a long-term development and investment. So having financing that matches the nature of the investment. So that has had been a challenge, but with the support of organizations like yours, it's really made a big difference. We've also had challenges in terms of the different government organizations that we've had to engage with, and ensuring that we're always on top of our conversation with the government organizations, being ahead of the game in terms of like engaging them, not waiting for the issues to arise. And we've been very fortunate to have successful interactions with them over this last 10 years. Yes.
The facility, which sits on a large expanse of land in Lagos overlooking the lagoon, is a major attraction for business and leisure travelers. The executive director speaks on COVID-19 pandemic and the future of Radisson Blue Anchorage Hotel.
The pandemic has been a blessing in disguise for the local Nigerian tourism market, because it's forced the Nigerian tourists to actually focus inwards, and because they're focused inwards, they have no alternative. So, for instance, we had a situation where our weekends we didn't have any, our occupancy rate was very low for the weekends, and we did everything for the past 6, 7, 8 years, really a long time, to say how are we able to change that trajectory, that model of where we have 100% occupancy from Monday to Friday, and then by the time we come to the weekend, we're on like 20 or 30%. But with the pandemic, it's been a natural reversal. Not even, I wouldn't call it a total reversal, because we're thankfully, because of the quality of our product, we're still able to have consistently full occupancy, or at least 80% during the week. But what is great is that during the weekends now we have over 80% occupancy, because the local market has seen that they have no alternatives, and we are a good alternative to traveling abroad. So we have families, we have couples that come and stay in the hotel to enjoy themselves. So it's been really good for us. I believe we do. We do have the opportunity to retain our Nigerian customers. I mean, but to do that, it has to do more with collaborations. We've seen the need to collaborate more with other tourism sites beyond us, because we can't force our customers to stay, but we can offer them, create more offerings, and by creating more offerings for them, it gives them the options, and which they were always looking for, to stay, and partnerships with other tourism sites as well. It's very important. For us, we ensure that we increase the offerings and the quality of the offerings and the range of the offerings by ensuring that our rooms are renovated, by ensuring that our suites are renovated, not just our single rooms our suites are renovated. We ensured that we have other amenities, like our gym was upgraded, our swimming pool, and we just ensured that we have shopping opportunities for them as well. So we are confident we can retain our customers post-pandemic, but we are confident, and we do know that we have to continue to offer more for the customers, to ensure that they're engaged and they feel comfortable and happy and satisfied to stay with us post-pandemic. First way we ensure that local content is retained is our people. I think I can't stress that enough. We ensure that we train our people. We train our people to a level in which they're able to our people are able to rise up to the level of their competitors, outside that are non-Nigerians, and that's the first thing. We trained our people. Second thing is our local, our supply chain, our suppliers and our vendors. Again, the pandemic has forced us to look inwards, and a lot of our produce, we sourced a lot of our produce as much as we can locally. Third thing is ensuring that the cultural assets, in terms of the offerings of our food, we ensure that we provide local food and local cuisine across that show the different cultures across Nigeria. Then we also ensure that we the artwork, the artifacts, they are Nigerian, ensuring that we are showcasing local Nigerian talent and artists and photographers. And then we ensure that we just generally infuse the Nigerian culture of hospitality, of service. We're very hospitable people, and that's how we ensure that local content is retained in Nigeria. We've been very blessed to have really good vendors that are close to the farms, and this period, as I said, has offered the local producers the opportunity to actually dig in deeper and actually start to produce things that they might not necessarily have produced before. Yes, the pandemic has been over a year. I know these goods are seasonal, so of course we will not have certain goods produced during certain seasons, but we have, by and by, we've been able to have a whole range of produce that have been sourced locally and produced and sourced locally. As I said, the pandemic has been a blessing in disguise. We've just been forced to roll up our sleeves and do what we can to ensure that business continues. Our future goals range from beyond our renovation of our rooms to renovating the public areas. We've not had the opportunity to do that because we've been in full operations. Even during the COVID, we're in full operations. So our public areas were actually being used full operations, even though somewhat slightly different. So what we're looking at now is renovating our public areas, ensuring that our restaurants, our F&B, food and beverage outlets are upgraded. We're also looking at ensuring we have more meeting and events facilities that would be needed that are needed in the future. Then we're looking at also expanding the hotel as well. We have access to a property close by, next door, that will be used for us to expand and offer more rooms, because we see that the customers enjoy our service, and we want to offer them more rooms, more F&B outlets, and we're excited about the future. Yes, we're hopeful. Beyond Lagos, we're looking at ensuring that we open something in Abuja. It's a really important market for us, and we're excited about the opportunity to open another hotel in Abuja as well. Yes.
Following the intervention by the Bank of Industry, the Chief Financial Officer of Honeywell Group Limited, owners of Anchorage Leisures Limited, and the General Manager of Radisson Blue Anchorage Hotel explained that the hotel has been able to create strategic alliances and opportunities within the system while overcoming the challenges of COVID-19 pandemic. For the Chief Financial Officer of Honeywell Group Limited, owners of Anchorage Leisures Limited, BOI is a worthy partner. She explains what the funds released by the bank was used for.
I would say that the relationship we've had has been a beneficial one. The BOI has been a partner to us. I think from the first day we walked in, I walked into the BOI office asking for, at that time we were looking to, we were in the process of renovating, doing a major renovation at the hotel. We had realized that our facilities needed to be upgraded, and we approached the BOI for funding. From the first day that we walked in there, had a conversation with them. I think what was refreshing with that engagement was the fact that the BOI understood our business, they understood our industry, they understood the nuances of our cash flow, and they were able to provide financing. Because one of the challenges you would have is that in this part of the world, it's always difficult to get long-term financing. And having an institution like BOI who is willing to provide that kind of financing for your business makes it easy to do the things that you need to do. So when we approached the BOI for financing for the renovation at that time, the process was smooth, even though it took a while before from when we made our applications to when the funds was disbursed. But I mean, what made it enjoyable and made it interesting was the fact that they understood our business. But as soon as approval was given, it was seamless. It was seamless. So I would say that it has been an interesting journey. Recall that I'd mentioned that we were at that time looking to upgrade our facility. That's the Hotel Anchorage that you are in now. And the money was used to finance the renovation. So the generator, and as you know, power is an important part of hotel and hospitality business in Nigeria. So we used the money to fund the acquisition of generators, chillers, and essentially a lot of the equipment that are being used in the hotel at that time. Well, I would say that, I mean, because what this has helped us to do was to also, because Radisson is a 5-star brand, and it was important for us to maintain that standard. So what this has availed us the opportunity to do is to maintain that standard and to provide premium service to our customers. I think since that had been done, I mean, occupancy has improved, and we've gotten positive feedback from a lot of our customers on the upgrade that was done and what we're currently doing. That was a welcome, would I say, support from the BOI. As you would recall, when COVID happened, it was something that a lot of organizations had not previously planned for. So when the BOI came up, when COVID happened, and the hospitality business was one of the worst hit by that, BOI swiftly moved to help us to extend the moratorium on the principal payment from the loan that they had previously granted us by 12 months. And they also reduced the interest that we had previously enjoyed was single digits. They further reduced that. And the cash from that helped us cushion the effect of the pandemic on our business. And we were by that able to maintain our staff strength through the pandemic. Well, I would say that, I mean, if any entrepreneur or any business owner is looking for long-term finance and they're looking for an organization that would partner with their business, I would say the BOI, the Bank of Industry, is the organization and the institution to go to, because they're not just only going to give you capital or give you funding. They're also interested in your business. They're interested in your success. They're interested in how your business grows and how you thrive. So I would definitely recommend the Bank of Industry. I would like to say thank you to the Bank of Industry. The journey has been very beneficial to us, and the BOI has been a formidable partner, and they've helped us to maintain our brand and our place in the hospitality industry in Nigeria. So we are very grateful, and we look forward to future partnerships. I mean, for us, we're a growing business. We continue to do projects, and we would definitely be coming back to the BOI for further support in that regard.
Beyond her advice to entrepreneurs, the Chief Financial Officer of Honeywell Group Limited remains grateful to BOI for their intervention. Leveraging its strong brand, the General Manager, Radisson Blu Anchorage, highlights strategic partnerships the hotel is involved in.
Radisson Blu Anchorage Hotel takes pride in the fact that we have managed to look inwards for managing our supplies at the hotel. Obviously, we know that even pre-COVID and even post-COVID, importation and the fluctuations in the foreign exchange rate has always put pressure on the importation. But luckily, because of the brand presence that we have managed to create opportunities within the system to, and again, something that we have been working hand in hand with Bank of Industries, that how to create local presence and how to develop the local industries within and the local SMEs. So what we have done is that we have managed to create strategic alliances with the vendors over here, and they operate throughout the country. Now, to name a few segments, we have been sourcing poultry, dairy, dry products, fruits, vegetables from the local suppliers, which are spread across the country. To name a few, we are working with suppliers in Ogun State, in Oyo State, Lagos State, and Osun State. So these are so it's widely spread. It gives them an opportunity to work with a brand like us. It also helps them grow their business, grow their portfolio, and it's a mutual relation. It's a relationship that mutually benefits both of us, and it gives them an opportunity to also understand the true hospitality standards, and at the level at which they have to produce for us and deliver to us. So more or less, we are dependent on each other. We are creating uh, those industries within the industry, and as the industry grows, the new entries or the new hotel operators will realize that how we have managed to create those sources within the market.
With 170 rooms and suites, all styled by Swedish designer Christian Lundwall, and world-class facilities which include Voyage restaurant for Nigerian and continental dishes, Surface bar and grill, the View hotel bar overlooking the lagoon, a well-equipped fitness center, and an outdoor infinity pool, Radisson Blue Anchorage Hotel is a place to be for guests who desire class and quality service in a serene atmosphere. From this story, we can tell you that if you're an entrepreneur out there, or you know anyone who needs financial support to grow their business, all you have to do is to reach out to the Bank of Industry, go to any of their branches close to you, or you can reach them virtually on their website, boi.ng. You can also follow on all social media platforms displayed on your screen. Well, that's it for this week. We certainly have another success story to give you next week. I'm Ini John Mekwa.